Hello there, Aquarius. Welcome to your mid-November 2016 tarot reading. So one of the first things out here is I do feel for a lot of you, there is this overwhelming sense of overcoming past anxieties when it comes to money. Okay, so I feel like for a couple months in the past, a lot of money has been leaving your hands. So I feel like you're coming to terms with it. You're starting some type of budgeting system where you are getting a firmer grip or control over your financial situation. For others of you, what I do feel is that there's a lot of healing that is coming through on the family environment. And I feel like for some of you, I feel that you grew up in an environment where, you might have shifted around a lot. Your family might have changed cities. You might have shifted through different houses. You might have been, shuffled through different schools, different areas of living throughout your life. So there was a lot of instability within the household unit growing up. And I feel like as a result of it, it made you feel very, very anxious. It made you feel that, whatever you have now, it could be, suddenly taken away from you. So I feel there are, as a result of growing up in that home environment, you grew up with a lot of insecurities when it comes to partnerships, when it comes to belongings, possessions, as well as relationships. It's sort of like you felt that at any point things could be kind of like taken away from you, or the security blanket could be ripped out from under you. And as a result of that, you also come into, this current like in your current circumstances with a sense that, things are not as what they seem. They are very changeable and they could easily change tomorrow. So I do feel for some of you, it's sort of like, fearing the uncertainty, not putting all your eggs in one basket because you fear that it's foolish to do so because people change, circumstances change, and we can't really predict the future. So you have always been kind of like, you try to do your best in situations, but you also keep in the back of your mind that, waiting for the worst to happen. And I feel like that's what was happening for you the past few months and the past few years. I would say like the past 8 months or the last 3 years that you've been, going through life. And there is definitely some type of family healing that is coming through. Whatever uncomfortable situations that was not discussed, I feel that they're being brought into the light so that healing can take place. Now, just because they're brought up doesn't mean that, everyone is going to be receptive. I do see a lot of like stubbornness with family members, that you're dealing with family members specifically. You might not have the common vision. You might not see eye to eye, but I do feel some important topics are being brought to light so that people can examine it or can re-examine the situation in at least a different perspective, either coming from you or from other people around you, that is coming through, so that there is an alternative, discourse that is brought to the table. So I feel like, the healing is definitely starting for this month, is by no means like coming to an end this month. It's an ongoing process, and I do feel it's going to continue, so that you and your family unit can somehow, navigate around one another in a smoother manner. Once everyone voices their opinion, voices their grievances, everything is pretty much laid out there so that both parties, or all the people involved, can better understand where the other person's coming from. They might not agree with it, but they at least know how to work themselves around or navigate each other and not, aggravate one another. So that's coming through for a lot of you, and I feel that, this healing energy, it is going to come to fruition. I do feel 8 months from now, and it's going to be very good for a lot of you. What is also coming through here is, I feel for those of you who are dealing with a, either like somebody in, they're saying here, either a person you were married to, a person that you are romantically involved with and living with, or a person that you are romantically involved with. So it's somebody you either are romantically involved with or were romantically involved with. Now, the way that you express one another is very, very different, okay? So I feel for you guys, you show up here as a Queen of Swords, which means that you're very rational, very cerebral, very logical, very, I would say like you have a way where you think about things, step by step, and you get things done in a very timely manner. And for you, it seems very logical. I feel that the person that you're dealing with, they lack initiative, and I feel that they frustrate you a little bit because you feel like you have to be on top of the game. You feel like you have to do everything. So it seems like you might seem like somebody is slacking off when the other person feels as if I'm not slacking off, I'm just taking my time because there's no sense of urgency. So I feel like the communication between the two of you are not going too well, mainly because you should indicate that, hey, I need you to do this at a specific time because it's important to me, because I need that to be done so I can get some other aspects done. So I feel like you need to explain to them because they're not getting it. They're not getting that you need it done at a specific time. It was never specified. So they're taking their sweet time. They're dragging their feet. Okay. And I feel like for a lot of you, you might make a lot of demands. I don't feel like it's demands. I feel like you're trying to figure out, where you stand with a specific partner. Now, this partner seems to me like they're taking their time mainly because they have been through some bad relationships in their past, and they're not eager to, jump right in and, suffer through another bad relationship. So I feel that they're taking their sweet time. On the one hand, they are very, very sincere. Their feelings are very true, and I feel that you can trust them. And they're very reliable too, and very, affectionate and verbally expressive. On the other hand, they're still taking their time to assess you. So I feel that, giving people ultimatums and things like that might not work out too well for the next 2 weeks, and this is something you want to be mindful about, okay? I feel honestly, Aquarius, just relax a little bit. Don't push things too hard. Don't feel as if you're running out of time. Just slow down a little bit, enjoy the moment, because I feel like your energy is very, very high strung. And it's also the holiday season, especially for those in the States celebrating Thanksgiving. So I feel that, just draw back your energy a little bit, because I feel that you're agitating the people around you, and it's not necessary to do so. They will get things done in their own time. Just, express what needs to be done from your end, and then let them handle it on their own time frame, okay? So that's also coming through on the work environment. Don't agitate everybody, and, just calm down a little bit, okay? For others of you who are still very much emotionally tied up with here a fire sign, this is a Sagittarius, an Aries, or a Leo. This can be, in a romantic relationship. I feel that there is some news, some communication from this person, and I feel like they're wanting a lot more affection. They're wanting a lot more time, or they are looking to communicate with you in some manner where I feel like they feel that you're clamming up. So that's coming through for those dating the fire sign, okay? I do feel as well there is some news when it comes to some bad news regarding some people from like communication coming through with a person from the past, and you're just like, what do I do with this information? I don't feel you saw it coming. It came out of the left field, and I feel like it might be linked up here with a water sign, a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. Some communication coming through from them that kind of left you hanging, and you're just like, what do I do with this information? How do I proceed? What is their intention? What do they want? And then I feel like for a lot of you, it's just that, you're looking at the situation in hindsight, and you're just like, I learned a lot from that experience, but I'm not re-engaging with that person. So good for you. The last message that I'm getting here is there's a lot of celebration, a lot of parties, a lot of group social events. And I do feel like birthday parties in particular that you are attending, or like, social functions where there is a lot of alcohol as well. I do sense as well that you're going to be very, very well received at this social function. And it's really going to help you restore your sense of faith in yourself, your self-esteem personally, and just, your overall, like, you're going to feel very good about life, where you stand, what you've been doing thus far. And it's really going to help you build up your confidence. For especially women, a lot of people will be very much attracted to you. I feel that you have a few suitors coming through. For men, I feel that, if you self-identify as an Aquarius male, I feel that you might be called upon to give a speech or to, organize, work out the logistics of this social function or this special, professional's function as well. And I feel that other people are really going to look up to you. And then going back to the of female Aquarius, I feel that you're going to meet somebody at this special function, and I feel that you're going to be very mesmerized. The person is coming through as a very, very intelligent, like great orator, somebody who knows how to get their point across in very few words, and somebody who's quite, has a good sense of humor. They say one thing and then they lead you down a different path, and I feel like they're a very, very good storyteller. They're a very good like jokester. So that energy, that lighthearted energy is coming through the end of this month, and I feel that you're going to meet some amazing, great people. They're saying something about, accent. So I don't know if you're meeting foreigners, if you're meeting people outside of your usual group or, outside of your cultural upbringing and things like that. But they're saying somebody with a very, like, somebody who speaks very eloquently, but there's something unique about their voice. They could have an accent or something like that, okay? So overall, the next 2 weeks is going to be a lot of family healing, which, is usually a heavy, heavy emotional drain on a lot of us. But I do feel that it's just the beginning. The process is going to take, another 8 months, I feel, until the May time frame is what they're saying. And then I do feel, overall, scrapping old relationships, shutting doors on some people coming through, and a lot of celebrations by the end of this month. Okay, so enjoy yourself, Aquarius, and I'll be back for the December reading. Take care. Bye bye.